Okay, in this video we're going to be checking out the Mars Pro FPV camera from FXT. And a few days ago, about maybe a week ago, I did a review on the Mars S camera from FXT. It's basically the same camera as this one, but that was a micro-sized and in the 19 by 19 form factor, and this one is a mini size in the 22 by 22 millimeter form factor. But pretty much everything else is the same except for the lens, because of course this is a bigger case for the mini size, so this one does come with an M12 lens, as you can see here, versus the M8 lens on the micro-sized Mars S. So the same, I believe it's the same sensor, 1000 TV line CMOS sensor, 4x3. The image is very similar to the Foxeer Predator, so I believe it's the same sensor. Obviously, they've made some changes to the firmware to meet the needs for FXT, and obviously the lens is different here on this one versus the one on the I guess it would be the Predator Mini in the case for the Foxeer version. So you have the M12 lens here versus the M8 lens on the micro-sized Mars S. But if we go into the menu and everything, which I'll go here in a second, you'll see it's all the same. It's got the same OSD. In fact, the same Foxeer joystick and everything also works on this one as well. Same connector on this one versus the micro-sized Mars S. But just quickly go over the stuff you get here with the camera. Obviously, it's your wiring harnesses. You get a little mount here for this one. It's a 22 millimeter mount. Get the OSD controller joystick, and then you get a converter mount here for converting this to a full size. I believe that converts it to a 28 millimeter camera, and then you have your washers and screws and such for mounting the camera. Okay, so I got the camera plugged into a video transmitter, and I'm picking up my signal on my FPV monitor here. You can see the field of view of the image, pretty similar to the micro version. Very wide field of view, both horizontally and vertically. I think possibly the Foxeer one might be a little bit wider vertically than this one. I think because obviously the lens is slightly different, but the horizontal field of view looks pretty same, and the image quality here looks about the same as the Predator, both the micro and the mini. And we see you have your OSD elements here, your power on time, pilot name, and your voltage alarm. And you said my 2S LiPo is a little low here, that's why it's blinking. You go into the OSD menu by holding the up button here, and you see the alarm set to 7.4 volts. You can turn these things off if you want, so just go down here, click on System, Name, Time, and Power, turn all those off, and all of those will go away. And then to get into the camera settings, you just press the center button, and then you get the camera settings here. I believe this is a little bit more than the Predator. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe there's a couple extra things you can change here. But I tend to not mess with these. I just stick with the defaults, and the ones I would possibly change here will be under Picture Adjust. Here you can adjust your contrast, brightness, sharpness, hue, and color gain. And these are just all stock settings. And that's what you're going to see in the flight demo. That's all I fly stock settings. I don't change any settings for these reviews. And obviously, if you want to reset the settings here, you can hit that. Backlight is currently set to off. And you can either turn it to HLC or off. I'm going to leave that alone. Digital noise reduction. There's the levels there, and those are set from the factory. Automatic white balance is the default. And those are the other options, and I'm going to send it back to the default. You can adjust your shutter and your AGC here, and I'm not going to mess with any of these. And then you get your day-night. Currently set to manual, and set the color here. Do black and white or color, those are the only ones are your options. So I guess you could do black and white if you happen to fly at night or really low light conditions. And we'll go ahead and exit out of these settings here. We've seen all these in the micro version of the Mars S as well, so I'm not gonna save any of these. And yeah, we're out of the menu. So that's pretty much it. Let me actually just give you the weight of the camera, because I'm sure some of you are curious of what the weight is, and then I'll show you some flight demo footage. Okay, so this camera comes in at about 11.6 grams.